Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our short contemplations of Bhaja Govindam Shlokas. So today it is 10, 11 and 12. So who would like to offer? Shubhaji, Padmaji, Deepaji. Sarvanji, would you like to begin?
Yeah, so he's basically talking about what holds the samsara. Like all that one runs around is with the youth, but once the youth is gone, there is no action. Similar to a lake is there before because of water. If you take away the water, then it's not there; it's gone. And in same way, the attachments are there because of money. And if the money is gone, like all those attachments again go away. Same way, the samsara is there because of ignorance. And once the ignorance is gone, once we know the truth, right, it will definitely, he's saying definitely it will not be there. Samsara is not there.
Nice.
Like he's connecting with easy things to prove the point that samsara is because of the ignorance, right?
Yeah, also the other things are essentially being caught up in the samsara itself. So there is a point of you have a, let's say for example, you can fish in the water in the lake as long as the water is there.
Yeah.
Dependents are there as long as you have money. So that comes and goes. So you're caught up in the coming and going, whereas realize the truth, then this coming and going itself will go away.
Yeah.
So the examples given are in the Maya. Whereas the last one, the point is when you go beyond the Maya itself disappears.
Yes. Yeah, this one is what one runs after. All that looks glamorous, wealth and health, good body and assets, house and car and this, that. He says time takes away all these in a moment. One earthquake, everything is gone. It's like no one is going to come there to help. We see it all the time, be earthquake or a flood or fire, it's gone. And but still, hey, you are there. Okay, so so know the illusion that all these were not there, and it showed up, and again it will go away. And but what is permanent, right? Go deep into that, which is Brahma, and go figure out that, and like go completely into it. It is always there, and it's not changing. And whatever happens, that consciousness is there, right?
Excellent.
Yeah, so the cycle of birth and death is connecting to all these things that are visible very clearly for us. Day and night comes and goes, comes and goes. The seasons come and go, right? Everything is changing. And still the desire is there to, towards things, even after knowing that everything is changing, right? And if everything is changing, the desire for that thing has also gone. It is going to change, but like having that desire, like we'll be running after that, that is changing all the time, right? So it is like running after something that is not real. It is going to change, and like you cannot hold the thing that is changing. So that's the stupidity finally, right? Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyone else likes to add to these three shloka? Shilpa ji, Rupa ji, Deepa ji.
No, sir, I also have the same take. Only thing is, like, I only thought of that there is only consciousness and everything appears and disappears into it. This appears from it and disappears into it. So there is no point in focusing on the external things or activities that we do, because what is the truth? If we know that everything is because of the consciousness, then we'll also start accepting the temporariness of the whatever it is happening externally. Yeah,
But
that is.
just maybe we can add a word of caution there. That may also lead to inaction, nishkriyatva. But that is not what is being.
It is not being conveyed. Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So whatever is there to be done, we have to do. But the suffering is not there. The option to suffer, we can let go of that and perform action as is, like how the situation arises. We can act according to that.
Yeah. And again, connecting to our Gita or any of our Tattva Bodha, when the doership and the enjoyership are not there, then the action is not binding anymore.
Yeah.
Here, however, Shankaracharya is calling our attention to realizing the being, how to act with the realization of the truth. That is not the focus here right now. He is pulling the one who is so engrossed in the desire-oriented action, first of all, to realize the truth.
Dehinosmin yata dehi. That Bhagavad Gita shloka connects with this.
Anything more, Padmaji, you would like to add?
No, sir. The last point, right? That is what was, that is what attracted me. Like, life is fleeting, yet one does not leave the winds of desire. So I think this desire is what we carry on. If we don't let go of it, that is the one that makes us or transitions to the next life also as a as our conditionings and impressions.
So again, there we have to be very clear. It is the individual self-oriented desire.
Yeah.
Me and mine kind of
Me
desire.
and mine. Yes. Yeah. Because otherwise, there is actually nothing, no? Like it's mentioned in the shloka, day and night, dawn and dusk, winter and spring. This is continuously happening. Whether we cannot put a stop to it. There is no way we can control it. So the only thing we can do is when there is day, we should do all the things that we normally do in the daytime. Night we sleep. All those things we have to follow. That's all. There is no point in wondering why it is day, why it is night. Yeah. So that is how I connected to this.
Yeah. So however, the Jivan Mukta then has the complete freedom to. That is why it is said Sri Krishna's birth as a avatara. So dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. There also there is a when you see from the outside, there is a birth happening, a death happening. So what is the cause of the birth? Then there must be some content for that. What is the content? Is dharma sansthapanarthaya. And that's why such a birth is called as avatara. Because it is not something that is born with the ignorance of the individual desire. Shubhaji, is there anything more you would like to add?
No, sir. One thing I don't know if I'm right or wrong. In the Aparoksha Anubhuti day to talk, there was one question. What is material for the world? Can we connect that to this?
How are you connecting? Please elaborate.
The world we perceive is nothing but consciousness. But when we don't know, when we don't have that jnana that the world is consciousness, we tend to be going after all these things. No, sir. The 10th, 11th shloka, where it says you go, if you can go back to the slide.
Yeah, correct.
You're going after wealth, youth, all that, right?
Yeah.
So that is where I was trying to connect. Is that right?
See, the context of that question is, see now, for example, if you see a book, what is book made up of? Made up of pages.
Paper.
Yeah, so paper. Yeah. What is paper made up of? The pulp of the tree, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is tree itself made up of? We may say, okay, molecules. What are molecules made up of? Atoms. Atoms. So like that, as we go deeper and deeper, it's nothing but energy. That's the answer we end up with, right?
Yeah.
So it is made up of energy. So the material, so from where the energy is coming, what is the source of the energy? Where is the energy? From where is that energy coming? So as an example, in the dream state, when one is dreaming, so many characters of dream appear. And they all move, talk, walk. There is a life, right? It is as equivalent as a waking level life. Which means that whatever that happens or is happening during the so-called waking is also happening during the dreaming. So from where all of them came, what is the material, what is all of them made up of? The only answer can be you, the consciousness. Because there is no one else in the dream. So which means that fundamentally the material for any so-called object also is nothing but Brahman only. So to recognize that aspect, the question is prompted there. Whereas here, Shankaracharya ji is first of all calling our attention to shift from the changing to the unchanging. Across these three, essentially his focus is, look, what you are running behind is something that is changing. He has not yet posed the question, what is the changing made up of? In realization of the truth, if you look at the journey as a, let's say, in the beginning, when the ajnana is there, what is the nature of the ajnana? The nature of the ajnana is, I am somebody, I am something. What is that thing? I am this body, or I am the content of my mind. This is the beginning viewpoint. So the general teaching, therefore, first is, you're not that. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. So first you have to learn to negate how I am not the body, how I am not the mind, how I am not the intellect. So there's a negation happening in the beginning part of the learning. Why? So that you can clearly recognize that which is not changing within you. Am I the hand? Am I the eyes? Am I the brain? Am I the intelligent person? Am I the Hindu person? So all that questions are raised, and through simple logic, through the Viveka, the seeker is prompted to recognize, no, I'm not that. No, I'm not that. No, I'm not that. Neti, neti, neti. Na iti, na iti, na iti. Then what am I? Something else that must be aware of all this. So this is the beginning journey. From somebody to nobody. I am not anything. I am not a body. Then that still leaves the question, so what happens to this phenomenal world? There is still something, yeah, I recognize I'm the awareness. But the book, the tree, the river, the mountain, the husband, the wife, the children, the car, the bus, what about that? So that is the second part of the journey, which is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. All that is that divine consciousness only. How? So the dream state example is given. Look, in the dream, what are you seeing? So many objects you are seeing. How? There is no one else. So you must be the only material for all those things that appeared. So which means the so-called phenomenal world also is not anything other than the Brahman. So now the somebody was made to first recognize that you are nobody through neti, neti, neti. Then Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. There is nothing other than the consciousness only. So here then the jnana becomes complete. Is this bringing clarity to the question, Shubhaji?
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So therefore here Shankaracharya is drawing our attention first to shift from the changing to the unchanging. Through these three shlokas, he is asking us, look, you are running behind something, and that something is always changing. Why don't you shift? Why don't you recognize that which is not changing? Any other point or any other question? Deepaji, Rupaji, Shilpaji?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Then we will end the contemplation of the Bhaja Govindam here. Hari Om.